BLSP stock update. So Bluesphere Corp closed the session of the 3rd of December 2021 at $0.0003. 13.3 million shares crossed the tape during that session. It was above average over the last 10 trading sessions and over the last 90 trading sessions. But over the average for 1 year, of the average for the last 365 days or last 1 year, it was actually below average. It was lighter than usual. That average is up in the hundreds of millions. So yes, we know that Ray of 808, and including our effort, our contribution, our response to his requests, has now ensured that we have now gone beyond the 300 shareholders of record, and indeed I think we're now gradually approaching 500 now, because there's a clause there that indicates 500, but it's not as if that 500 it's not as if that 300 will not ensure that we get to do what we're doing. And we all know very well that we're now engaging the lawyers and all that stuff. They are trying to communicate with the CEO of the company, and I think the important thing they are trying to do, and I think it sounds like the principal focus is to get this CE tag, the caveat emptor tag, removed so that we can begin to trade the stock. And indeed, all seems lost. We don't exactly know whether the company is keen on even being existing as an entity. So, but removing that CE tag would ensure that at least we take whatever we can take. But I just pray not. I just pray that it continues to thrive as a business and all that stuff. So what is absolutely certain is that yes, some people are still buying. And in the midst of this malaise, in the midst of the sell-off that is going on in the market, which may be associated or may not be associated with the Omicron. Some are actually saying it is because of the Fed's lack of grip on inflation that is actually causing it, not exactly the Omicron. So in the midst of all of that, we are seeing that the stock is actually rallying. You can see that the stock is rallying. You can see this is the daily chart. This is the momentum. The fast line is above the slow line, indicating that's some bullish signal there. And you can see the RSI is also looking up, even though the accumulation is just, I wouldn't say sufficiently, but it just looks like it's inching up. But the readout here is saying that it appears to be rallying within a longer term bearish trend, yes, driving its MACD above the signal line. So it's this signal line, it seems this signal line, this MACD is above the signal line, okay. So that's what it's saying there. So however, the shares remain below a declining 200-day moving average, signifying that the dominant trend remains lower. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is improving, as we pointed out earlier on. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares. Yes, investors in Canada, I know for sure, are definitely buying shares for sure. They have indicated that they are doing so. There's HSBC, there's they mentioned it's HSBC Investment Banking or something like that, and I think Questrade, I'm not sure whether they're still doing so or not, but indeed they are still buying. So today's the volume for that session, the 3rd of December, was lighter than usual, trading 13.255 million shares versus an average of 146.577 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term selling pressure has given way to near term accumulation by traders. So yes, accumulation has slightly kicked in, okay. Even I think to some extent we can just clearly see that it's looking like it's coming in, but hopefully things will improve and we'll continue to pick up things and go from there. The market cap is now 1.6 million. If this CE tag is removed, and the stock is really going to explode. You can see that. Market cap it's definitely has lost everything it has. Going from this high of this 52-week high of what, $0.03. That is it has lost 100 times its value. So we're talking about 100 times, that will be 160 million. So it has lost over, yes indeed, over close to 160 million dollars in market value since this high that was around sometime probably in February, I believe. That was when we had this, yeah, 9th of February. That was when it reached it had this market cap of about 160 million, yes. So a lot has dissipated, and we know obviously why that is the case. And it's not as if BLSP, really, what I think what it did wrong was probably not disclosing anything, not disclosing any financials, because being dark, yes, you can you can go in by being dark. Yes, what it simply prevents you from is any sort of penalty, or any sort of penalty, if you don't disclose your financials. But at the same time, you should also disclose that, because people are involved. These are just basic responsibilities. Even if you're not going to disclose financials, you communicate with people, communicate with investors. So that has brought us to this. So it's just a total lack of regard. Total lack of regard. So but that's how it is. That's what we faced. That's what we got involved in. So all in all, fingers crossed. We hope that eventually at some point this caveat emptor tag will be removed, and we'll go ahead and continue to trade the stock. And if those who want to take their money off will probably be able to do so. So we'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.